Okay.
Okay, wait, I'm just gonna do one more test, okay? Just to make sure. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes.
Could you hear me? Okay. Okay, let's do this thing then. Review. I'm so glad you came. I'm impressed as well. I'm impressed. You're like, why not? Okay.
You're all sweaty.
Okay, shall we, my friends? Okay, my friends, yay. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really so happy to be home. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. Home is good. Italy was amazing and retreats were amazing. But there was they were also challenging in some ways. Just international travel, I think at this point in my life, like it wrecks my body, like it throws me off. Um, so I was just like dealing with some of my own stuff. And then also there was a sickness going around in the first retreat, and the weather was not the best in the second retreat. So there's just all these variables that are like out of my control. And also I'm like feeling responsible for people's enjoyment. And at the end of the day, it's really not my responsibility. Of course, people know I can't control the weather. I can't control if I get sick or if you get sick. So it was all really good learning. And also, now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, the memories are amazing. And literally every time I do a sailing retreat, there will be times on the boat where I'm like, never doing this again, never doing this again. Scott can probably relate. And then he's been on a couple, and then give it like a couple months out, and I'm like, oh, I just want to sail again. Like that was so amazing. So life is just so interesting, right? But I think that's really just part of the practice is, and we talked about this on our retreats a lot, me and Kim, is santosha, contentment beyond conditions. So no matter what's going on out here, you can come back to in here and find home and find peace and find just grounding from the inside. So yeah, that's my spiel about Italy. I can share more with you after class or anytime. But I think for the future, I've just decided I'm going to try to do most of my international retreats like in retreat centers where there's staff and like all the meals are just prepared and all the spaces for yoga are just there for you. So we'll see if I keep to that because a lot of times I change my mind. But anywho, all right, my friends, let's practice. So go ahead. Let's actually start lying down today. So just lie down. And as you lie down, if you want to, you can move a little bit. You can stretch a little bit. Maybe you reach your arms long. Maybe it would feel good to hug your knees in for a moment. And if you've been coming to my classes for a while, you know I'm kind of into tapping. So you could tap your chest with your fingers, maybe even take them down to your belly. And what tapping does, it just immediately brings you into your physical body a little bit more. So you're feeling that sensation. Yeah, you can make gentle fists, just gently kind of pound a little bit. So feel your physical body, come into your physical body. When you are ready, find stillness. So any position you want to relax in. Maybe you're in Shavasana. Maybe you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. Maybe you're in constructive rest pose, feet apart, knees together. Arms can rest wherever they feel comfortable or whatever feels resonant. So palms face up to be a little more open and receptive. Palms face down, or even one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart if you want a little more grounding, a little more inward connection. And either close your eyes, or if you prefer to keep them open, see if you can soften your gaze so you're not looking around with big satellite eyes. And just feel the sensation, the heaviness of your body against the ground. Any parts of your body that you are tightening up or resisting or trying to hold yourself up, See if you can notice that. And just by noticing, see if anything shifts. Notice the muscles in your face. Are you tensing up through your forehead or your eyebrows or your jaw? And then again, just by noticing, see if anything softens a little bit. Start to become more aware of your breath. So feeling into the inhale and the exhale, maybe even visualizing the inhale and the exhale with your imagination. Next time you breathe in, very intentionally, fill up as big as you possibly can. So every little space inside expands with breath, with prana, with life force energy. Take an extra sip and then big sigh out your mouth, let it out. Ah. Very nice. Do that 2 more times. Great big huge inhale. Breathe down into your fingers, down into your toes, up into the crown of your head. Hold extra sip if it's there, like a teaspoon more. Open your mouth and let it go. Ah. Feel everything soften. Last time, biggest inhale you've taken all morning long. Imagine you're just waking up your insides. Every single space fills up with your breath. Extra sip, maybe 2 extra sips this time. And let it out. Very nice. Seal your lips now. Begin to drop into Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And there is a gentle effort behind the breath. So you're using the muscles in your chest, in between your ribs, your belly, using your diaphragm. You're feeling that expansion every time you inhale, like your entire upper body expands in a 3D way, like a 3D globe. And then every single exhale, everything draws back in, hugs back in. Your muscles contract back in. So see if you can feel so much awareness, just your breath, the rise and fall, the expansion and contraction. Go slow. Be patient with your breath so you're not in a rush. Maybe even start to feel the pause at the very bottom of your exhale. You're completely empty. The pause at the very top of your inhale. You're completely full, spacious, and buoyant. So how important can you make the breath? How much can you pay attention to just your breath? And that's the yoga. You can stay here as long as you want to, just relaxing, connecting to your own internal rhythm. And you're more than welcome to come back here at any time during practice if you just want to rest, if you just want to ground. If you're ready to start moving, keep your breath just as it is. Ujjayi, strong and powerful. Draw your knees towards your belly. Hug them in gently and rock side to side. Or you could rock in little circles kind of around your sacrum. Trace the outline of your sacrum against the ground. Give your low back a nice little massage. Yes, very nice. And then as you're ready, friends, let both of your knees fall over to the right side. Either extend your left arm out to the left or cactus, goalpost your left arm. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. And if there's any way you want to work this pose, just on your own, maybe you bring your right hand to the outside of your left thigh or knee and gently press. Maybe you cross your legs or straighten one leg. So feel free to explore and give your own body what it wants, what it needs. Feel whatever there is to feel and respond to it. See if you can feel your big, deep breath. So in a twist, I know it's harder to send your breath down into your belly. So a little extra effort. Take a couple more rounds on this side. And then slowly find your way to the other side. As you transition, you might take a moment in the middle to just neutralize, hug both knees in or extend both arms, both legs long, full body stretch, whatever feels good to you, whatever calls to you. And then other side, knees go left, right arm out to the right. And since we are starting slowly, see if you can really use this time to connect with your breath. So when we start moving more and we're moving faster, your breath is already there. It's guiding your movement. It's not something you have to focus too much on or fight to hang on to. It's just there, guiding you, flowing with you. Take about 3 more rounds on this side, all the way to empty with each exhale. And I will leave it up to you ultimately. So when you feel pretty much even on both sides or somewhat even, just bring it back to center. Take one more time to neutralize. Hug your knees in, rock it out, or big full body stretch, maybe even a happy baby pose. We'll meet up on hands and knees. So to get there, you can find your own way if you prefer. Otherwise, hug your knees in and start to rock and roll along your spine. Make these rocks as smooth as possible. Take a few of them, about 5 or 6. See if you can feel your core engage. See if maybe you can even find a little hover time on your upper back, maybe on your sit bones, like a boat pose. Eventually rock up, cross your ankles, and just roll over your feet. Bring your hands to the ground in front of you, and you can crawl back to get nice and centered on your mat. So eventually, my friends, tabletop position, and just any movement, any intuitive movement that your body would like to explore. So go where your body wants you to go. If it's helpful, close your eyes. So that always helps me let go of how I look on the outside and just feel a little more from the inside. So this is not an exercise for your thinking, talking, judging mind. It's not for you to think, am I doing this right? Do I look weird? What are other people doing? That voice gets to disappear, and you get to move into your felt senses. Put your awareness in your spine. Put your awareness in your hips and your shoulders. Put your awareness in your hands and your fingers and your wrists. There's so much to explore if you tune in. In your next few rounds, next 4 or 5 breaths, downward facing dog is our eventual destination. So you can start your own transition back whenever you are ready. Back in your down dog, reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. So fire it up and see if you can feel your Ujjayi breath holding and supporting you from the inside. So every inhale, it's like your entire body inflates, gets lighter, gets more buoyant. Every exhale, you connect back to your center, to your intrinsic strength. So at the bottom of each exhale, see if you can feel what we call Uddiyana Bandha, navel to spine, and feel your core engage. You guys hear me say this all the time, but imagine you've got an invisible rope attached to your belly button, and it's pulling up, it's tugging towards the top corner of the back wall. So rather than feeling like all the energy is moving down into your hands or all the weight is moving down into your hands, feel like energy is moving up from your fingertips, through your spine, through your side bodies, and feel your strong core. You guys look awesome. Nice poses. When you are ready, my friends, just on your own, start to crawl your hands to the back of your mat until you are in a forward fold. No rush. Eventually, all the weight will be in your feet. You can have a little or a big bend in your knees. Maybe widen your stance a little for this first fold. So widening your stance gives your hips and your pelvis a little more space. Invitation to bend your knees more than you usually do in your fold, at least at first. Grab opposite elbows for ragdoll, or bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. But you choose. And then see if you can let your head be really heavy and just sway or bounce or bob a little bit. Try to bring your weight out of your heels and more into your toes and the balls of your feet. And then use your strong core to lift your butt up, lift your sit bones up. And from that place, maybe your legs become a little straighter. Maybe you start to press more into your heels as you straighten your legs, but try to keep your upper body heavy, your head heavy and relaxed. Big deep breaths. Nice job. Next time you inhale, find your halfway lift position. So spine parallel to the ground. Get all the rounding out of your back. Beautiful. Nice. K. Exhale, fold, release. Do that again. Halfway lift. So crown of your head reaches forward. Back of your neck is long. Sides of your neck are long. Exhale, fold. And this time we'll come all the way up. So maybe a bend in your knees. Nice long spine as you rise. Arms to the sky. Perhaps gaze up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's take a couple of half sun salutes. Inhale, reach up. Hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart. Big bend in your knees might be really helpful. Slow dive down. Forward fold. Beautiful. Nice, Kate. Lift halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Let it go. Fold in. Press into your feet. Nice long spine as you rise up. So bend your knees if you feel it at all in your low back. Arms reach. Hands to heart. Exhale. One more time like that. Maybe try closing your eyes and feel your body from the inside. Inhale, high mountain. Slow dive. See if you can take the entire length of your exhale to dive down. Very nice, Callie. Lift halfway as you breathe in. Feel that length in your spine and your side bodies in the back of your neck. Exhale, fold. Empty all the way out. Connect to your center. Uddiyana Bandha. Rise. Nice long spine as you rise. Arms to the sky. Hands to heart center. Exhale. All right, my friends, let's add on a little bit. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, sway your hips left, push your right palm down like you're pushing the ground away, pushing stagnant energy away. Left arm reaches up and over. Left bicep is next to your ear, not in front of your face. So bicep next to your ear, and then feel all that space, all that length in your left side, and breathe into it. One more round. Good job. Nice, Cam. Inhale, come back to center, both arms up. And as you exhale, other side. So left palm presses down, sway your hips right. Imagine you're trying to lift your right rib cage up away from your right hip and then up through your right ribs. Yes, beautiful. Push down with your left palm. One more round. Inhale, back up. Couple more times like that. Breath to movement. Exhale, sway your hips left, right palm towards the ground. Inhale to center, realign. Exhale, other side. All the way to empty. Reach as far as you can. Inhale, up. One more each way. Exhale. Move your hips left as you reach right. Inhale, high mountain. And exhale, last time. Reach for the windows. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades. Squeeze your spine. Maybe bend your elbows and press your palms like they're suction cupped together. And then imagine your elbows are magnetized. Try to squeeze them closer. If you can, keep all of that and start to reach your hands back away from your body. So feel what's called muscle energy in your arms. Maybe add a little back bend. Puff up your chest. Gaze up. Press your hips forward, but hug in with your inner thighs to stay out of your low back. Take one more in breath. Nice, Celeste. As you exhale, keep your hands clasped. Hinge at your hips. Lead with your heart. Big bend in your knees is more than welcome. All the way down. Fold. Relax your neck at the bottom. Let your head hang. See if you can lift your sit bones up. See if you can lift your knuckles up. If you are still pressing your palms together, and that feels like too much at this point, you can let that part go. Awesome, Anya. See if you can use your strong core. Lift your sit bones just a little higher. Take one last inhale. Exhale, hands to low back first, then release your clasp nice and easy, gently. Let your arms hang. You can give them a little shake or maybe give your head a little shake. Next time you breathe in, find your spinal extension, halfway lift position. And then plant your hands or your fingertips like you're a four-legged creature. Crawl forward as lightly, as gracefully as you can into a plank pose. So eventually, shoulders over wrists, hips level with your shoulders. Spread your fingers really, really wide and push the ground away. Nice, Sandra. See if you can take little baby rocks forward and back. As you rock forward and back, squeeze through the fronts of your thighs, feel your quads turn on. If you want to modify, knees can come down at any time. Take one more inhale, little rock forward. So tippy toes. Exhale, lower halfway. Strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up. Yes, nice, Lindsay. Exhale one more time like that, halfway down. Strong arms, don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push back up. And then slow as you can go, exhale all the way to your belly. One strong straight line. Awesome, Emma. Spider-Man Cobra, hands out nice and wide up on your fingertips, elbows face the sky, lift your heart as you inhale. And then as you exhale, take a little twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down. Inhale back to center, lift your heart, little tone in your belly. Beautiful, exhale, other side. Nice, Maddie. Inhale back through center. Take that one more time, each way with your own breath at your own pace. Beautiful. You are not in a rush. Slowly. Feel your shoulders, feel your side bodies, feel your low back. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. You can hold for as long as you want. As you are ready, downward facing dog. All right, one more time, just a few rounds of breath in down dog. You can move around, you can pedal out your heels, you can shift your weight side to side, or even in stillness, there's a million little micro movements happening inside. There's a million ways you can adjust without even really being able to tell any difference on the outside. So feel into your pose. Even the little subtleties, especially if you've been practicing for a long time, the adjustments are going to be small. They're going to be micro adjustments. So what is there to feel that maybe you've never felt before? Take one more big inhale. See if you can lift your hips a little higher as you push into the ground. And this time, exhale, look to the top of your mat, however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, spinal extension, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow and fold all the way to empty. Connect to your center. From that place, rise, arms to the sky, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, let's build our flow. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, side body stretch over to your right. If you want to take your own variation, that's fine. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, other side towards the windows. Reach, sway your hips. Inhale, back up. Exhale, listen, chair plane. So bend your knees, sit back, swing your arms back behind you, but rather than rounding and looking down, lift your heart, shoulder blades hug your spine. So see if you can feel your strong back muscles. Nice, Tracy. If it helps me at least to bend my elbows, and then imagine my elbows are magnetized. So feel your back muscles fire. Good. Weight in your heels for now. See if you can sit back a little bit more. And then if you want, only if you want, option to float up to your tiptoes for a little balance challenge. Yes. Now that your heels are lifted, you might be able to bend your knees even more and get your butt a little bit lower. Keep your heart lifted. One more round. Awesome work. Nice, Mikkel. As you inhale, set your heels down, arcing Tadasana. So rise up, open up, cactus your arms, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. As you exhale, we'll take our dive down. I just bring my hands to my third eye center and then slowly dive. You can take it however you want. Halfway lift position as you breathe in, lengthen. Beautiful. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mat, move through your vinyasa however you want to, or just go straight back to down dog. You can always skip it. Beautiful, very nice. Ujjayi breath. Can you hear your breath flowing through? Can you inspire your neighbor to breathe by making your breath loud enough for them to hear? So your breath, in my opinion, is one of the greatest tools you have in your practice. If you can figure out how to use it to support you from the inside, I think it's life-changing. Next time you inhale, right leg to the sky. Good. And if you want to, you can explore a little bit. You can open your hip, you can roll out your ankle, you can circle your knee around. So anything that your body is calling for. See if you can feel your strong hands against the ground and feel your strong core lifting you up from your center. Everybody extend your right leg long, make it powerful. One more inhale. As you exhale, nice Liz, right knee to your nose. So scoop out your belly, round your spine, and step forward as soft as you can. Good, take your time to rise up, crescent lunge. So on the ball of your back foot. Yes, very nice. And then find stability through your legs by hugging towards midline. So imagine that you're trying to pull your front hip back and your back hip forward. So the femur bones plug into the hip sockets. Your legs are strong, your foundation is strong. And then from that place, you can grow your upper body into your expression of this pose. Maybe you're gazing up. Maybe you're spreading your fingers super wide, or maybe today you're just softening your fingers, bending your elbows a little bit. So what do you want to embody in this posture? What do you want to invite in? Feel into it. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, we're going to add a twist. Left arm goes forward, right arm goes back. Bend your back knee to a hover. Imagine you're trying to drag your back thigh forward. If at any time you want to modify, you can bring your back knee down to the ground ever so gently. If your back knee is hovering, see if you can drag your back thigh forward and pull your front hip back. Feel your inner thighs squeeze. Maybe gaze back over your right hand, a little balance challenge. Very nice. Take one more round. See if you can twist further as you exhale. Twist, twist, twist. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Arms to the sky. Invitation to straighten your front leg if it would feel good. Squeeze your front thigh. Exhale, bring your hands down. And then root into your front foot. Back leg floats up, standing splits like a one-legged forward fold. Try not to sink into your outer right hip, but instead hug your right inner thigh towards midline. Use your strong core to lift you out of your right leg. If you would like a challenge, see if you can float up to your right tippy toes. And only if you want to, from here, you can play with little handstand hops. Plant your palms, be slightly forward. Stay on your right tiptoes, but bend your right knee and use your right leg as a springboard. Take little baby hops. If you don't want to, no big deal. You absolutely don't have to. Good. So maybe be playful. Take one more inhale or one last little hop. As you exhale, my friends, left foot comes down next to right. So you're in a forward fold for just a second. Give your right leg a little shake out if it needs it. Bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tuck and curl, tiny little potato bug ball. So butt towards the ground, nose towards your knees. And you can choose to press your heels down. That will work your ankle flexibility. Or you can lift your heels up. That will work strength. Maybe you even wrap your arms around your shins. See if you can squeeze, get really small and compact. Find emptiness as you exhale. Good job. One last round. Inhale, halfway lift. Heels down, spine long. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet and rise all the way up. Arms reach up, high mountain. Pause right here. Right foot is your base. Lift your left knee, standing staff. Good. So hug in with your inner thighs and flex your left toes. So active through your left foot, dorsal flexion. Find something in front of you that's not moving and use it as your drishti, your focus point, to help you balance. Very nice. Take one more inhale in standing staff. As you exhale, figure four with chair plane arms. So outer left ankle, top of right thigh. Bend your right knee and swing your arms back behind you. Yes, just like we did earlier in our chair plane pose. So you can stay here, or we're going to hold this one for a few rounds. So anywhere you want to go to explore, maybe a forward fold, maybe an arm balance, maybe a twist. Maybe you want to bring your hands to your legs. So wherever you want to go, and if that means you fall in and out of the pose 10 times, awesome. Meet yourself right there. It's just a practice. There is no need to be perfect. So be compassionate with yourself. Yes, so nice. Awesome. Anya, take 1 or 2 more rounds. And then we're going to come back to a standing staff position. So slowly and intentionally, see if you can stay balanced on your right foot. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. Maybe extend your left leg forward if you want more. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Fingertips and toes touch at the same time. Now listen, from low lunge, pivot your back heel down. Warrior 2, rise up. So back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat. Good. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe rather than letting it collapse in towards your big toe. So really wrap your right butt cheek underneath you. Press into the outer edges of both of your feet. Notice if it feels like you're flaring your ribs forward, and see if you can knit your front ribs together. Little tone in your belly supports your low back. Gaze over your right fingertips and feel your slow, deep breaths. Good job. Keep your legs the same, but next time you inhale, reach for the front wall. So reach as far as you can reach. When you can't reach anymore, side angle pose. Right elbow to right thigh or right hand towards the ground. Left arm towards the sky or left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. If you want, you can move into a half or a full bind if that's in your practice and you feel ready for it. So you do you, about 3 or 4 more breaths here. Keep everything open. So hips are open, heart is open, shoulders are open. Keep tracking your front knee towards your pinky toe. Keep your back foot grounded, strong. Take 1 last round wherever you're at. Feel everything there is to feel. And then use your core, press into your feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Come all the way up, reach up and back. Lengthen through your right side body. You can choose any variation you want. Maybe your left arm reaches behind your back and forward. Maybe you grab your right wrist with your left hand. Maybe your left fingertips slide down your back leg. So your pose, your expression. And then how can you work it? How can you get more out of it? Keep tracking front knee towards pinky toe. Lift your right rib cage up away from your right hip and breathe into that space. Nice, Scott. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale back to warrior 2. Straighten your front leg, parallel your feet. So all of your toes face the long edge of your mat. Arms reach up, breathe in. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. We're not gonna do this in our flow, but right now, use this pose to open your shoulders again. So roll your shoulders back and down. Maybe press your palms, maybe bend your elbows. Imagine they're magnetized. Reach your hands back if you can. Lift your heart up if you want. 1 more big, huge in-breath. And then keep your hands clasped. Hinge at your hips. Connect to your core as you dive down. So stick your butt out behind you as you reach your heart forward. And then use your core to work the pose. So crown towards the ground, butt towards the sky. Without your hands on the ground in front of you, you have to engage your core to work the pose from the inside. So if you're like, I feel like I'm gonna fall over, I feel like I need my hands, see if you can find your strong core. If you wanna let go of your hands at any time, totally fine with me. You've got about 3 or 4 more breaths. Let your neck relax. So crown towards the ground, sit bones towards the sky, breathe into the backs of your legs. See if you can feel the opening in the front of your shoulders. Relax around it. Nice, Kirsten. Take 1 more inhale, everyone. Exhale, hands to low back. Release your clasp. Fingertips to the ground. Find a halfway lift position. Fingertips on the ground, so bend your knees if needed. And then walk your hands forward. Rotate toes forward, back to low lunge. From low lunge, 3-legged down dog. Right leg back and up. Inhale. Pause here, open up your right hip. So bend your right knee, stack your right hip on top of left. You are more than welcome to stay here. Otherwise, 1 more inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, or as close as you can come. Inhale, 3-legged dog, maybe scorpion your right leg, open your hip. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or see if you can aim for your armpit, get as high as you can. This time, inhale, 3-legged dog, hips square. Exhale, straight to down dog or rock forward, plank to chaturanga. You can bring your foot down, you can bring your knees down, or you can take it as 3-legged. Inhale, open your heart, take your time, give yourself an extra breath or 2 if you want. And then everybody eventually downward facing dog, find your way back. Reconnect to your breath. Maybe a big open mouth sigh would feel good. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Anything goes. So if you want to explore, explore. Strong hands, strong core. Soften your face, soften your outer shell. Good job. Nice poses, everyone. Take one more inhale. Make your left leg long, strong, and powerful. Exhale, knee to nose. Scoop out your belly and then step forward as soft as you can. Crescent lunge. So all of your toes face forward, hips are square. Hug towards midline to find your stability. So always we're looking first to hug in to find our center. And then from that place, we can extend and grow into our expression. So feel your upper body and feel, what do you want to invite in? Do you want to soften today, or do you want energy flowing out your fingertips? Maybe you smile. Maybe you just find a less serious face. Take one more big inhale. Good job. As you exhale, turbo twist towards the window. So right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends to a hover, or back knee could always come down to modify. So at any time, if you're like, my legs are dying, just set your back knee down for a moment. Otherwise, back knee is hovering, and try to slide your back thigh forward or drag it forward energetically as you pull your front hip back. See if you can gaze back over your left shoulder even. And then use your last breath here to twist just a little further. Feel it in your core. Use your core. Good job. Next time you inhale, back to crescent lunge. Option to extend your front leg if you want. Squeeze your front thigh. Exhale, hands come down. Root into your front foot. Standing splits, right leg lifts. So standing splits is an intimidating name. Just think of it as a one-legged forward fold. That's all it is. I don't care how high your right leg is. But I do care, there's energy running up into your right toes. So do something with your right foot. Spread your toes, flex your foot, point your toes. Feel your right foot in the air. Stay where you're at, or option to float up to your left tip toes. And you can bend your knee if it helps. So left heel lifts high. Stay here, or use your left leg as a springboard and try a few hops. Usually one side feels way harder or way easier than the other. So just be with that. I hate hopping on this side with my right leg lifted, but I do it anyways just because it's good to feel uncomfortable. It's good to try new things, hard things. Take one more inhale or one last hop. And exhale, step your right foot down at the top of your mat. Forward fold. You can give your left leg a shake out if you want. Bring your big toes together to touch, little gap in between your heels, and then find your little tiny potato bug ball, tuck and curl. And if this is too much on your knees, please feel free to modify or just stay in your forward fold. If you want a little more, or just want to play with your balance a little more, option to turn this into a toe stand. So hug in with your inner knees, inner heels, inner thighs. And see if you can point your knees straight forward. Bring your hands to your heart. Let your spine grow long. Good. Wherever you are at, couple more rounds of breath. If you're balancing on your tiptoes, really hug in to find more stability. Last breath. All right, Celeste, next inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Exhale, bow and fold. Now rise, root through your feet all the way up. Arms reach up, high mountain. Left foot is your base. Right knee lifts, standing staff. Hug in with inner thighs. So make sure you're not sinking into your outer left hip. Everything's hugging in like you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. Flex your right toes. Good, Kelly. Good. Dorsal flexion. One more in breath. Exhale, figure four. So outer right ankle, top of left thigh. Arms can swing back like chair plane arms. Stay here or anywhere else you want to explore. If you are sitting back, weight should be primarily in your left heel. And reach both butt cheeks back, both sit bones back. Good job. If you fall out, awesome. Congratulate yourself for trying something hard out of your comfort zone, meeting yourself at an edge, and then come back in when you're ready. Nice, Mikkel. Really good, everyone. Keep the flexion in your right toes. Imagine you're trying to cement your outer ankle into the top of your thigh. Last couple breaths. Tracy, switch your legs out. Slowly come back to standing staff. So arms up, right knee lifts, and maybe your right leg even extends forward. Take one more inhale. Try not to lean back. Press through your heel if you're extending. Exhale, low lunge, slow motion, fingers and toes touch at the same time if possible. From your low lunge, back heel pivots down, windmill your arms up, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Good job. Left toes directly forward, right toes directly to the right. So don't feel like you can't look down at your feet and see what they look like. Sometimes we think we know what we look like, then we actually see them. We're like, oh, okay, I was doing something different than I thought. So check in. Track your front knee towards your pinky toe. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Next inhalation. Going for side angle, reach forward. See if you can feel your rib cage slide forward. When you can't reach anymore, just tip it over. So try not to let your heart close off. Keep it open. And if your left elbow is on your thigh, rather than putting all your weight there, imagine you're trying to lift out of your left shoulder and feel your left side body engage a little bit. Anywhere you want to go to work this pose or explore this pose. Big deep breaths. Good, everybody. Keep wrapping your left butt cheek underneath. Try not to stick your butt out behind you. Take one more round. Thanks, Kirsten. And then from this place, press into your feet. Take it all the way up and back. Reverse. Reach up, reach back, left side long. If there's any way you want to work it, go for it. You could grab left wrist. You could reach your right arm behind you and forward. And as you bend into your front knee deeply, see if you can lift your left rib cage up away from your hip. And breathe into your left side. Good job, good breath. Take one more inhale, reach through left fingertips, bend your left knee. Exhale, come back to Warrior 2. Sorry, Warrior 2. Straighten front leg, parallel your feet. So all of your toes face the long edge of your mat. Arms reach up, breathe in. This time, exhale, just dive down into your wide-legged fold. And anywhere you'd like to take it this time, any way you want to explore. So that can be big exploration, big dynamic movements. Maybe you want to play with a headstand. Maybe you want to move into Skandasana. Maybe you want to take a twist. Maybe you just want to hang out in a ragdoll pose. Maybe you grab maybe you grab your ankles and breathe. So you can make it a little more restful as well if you would rather. What does your body want? What does your body need? If in these moments where you have a little more time, you go somewhere else in your mind, you start to distract yourself with something more interesting, just notice that. Come back without judgment. Just be like, I went somewhere else again. Come back to my breath, come back to my body, come back to right here, right now. Over and over, that's the yoga, that's the practice. Next time you breathe in, my friends, find your halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. Exhale, crawl your hands to the top of your space and rotate your toes forward. From your low lunge, three-legged down dog. Take your left leg all the way back and up, open your left hip. So left leg back and up, open your left hip. Stay here if you want and hold, get this nice hip opener. Otherwise, one more inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow, or as close as you can come. It doesn't have to touch. Yes, awesome. Nice, Emma. Inhale back up. Scorpion your leg, open your hip if you want. Left to left, to aim for your armpit. Push the ground away. Awesome, Anya. Inhale back up. Nice, Celeste. Now, square hips for this one. Come forward. High plank to chaturanga. You can bring your left foot down or you can take it as three-legged. You can bring your knees down. Nice, Maddie. Inhale. Open your heart. Take as much time there as you'd like. And then either back to down dog or maybe you're feeling a child's pose. You just want a moment to rest. Very nice, my friends. So that is our flow. We will move through it a couple more times, but we will go much faster. So we will move one breath, one movement, but it doesn't mean we speed through it with momentum just to get it done. It means we go slowly, we move intentionally with a really slow, intentional breath. So if you feel like I'm cueing really slow, see if you can breathe slower, breathe bigger, breathe deeper than you even thought you could. And if at any time you just want to take a little break, you just want to do your own thing, always that is fine with me. If you would like to join me, downward facing dog. Ujjayi breath. Take one more big inhale, push the ground away. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or float, top of your space, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift position, lengthen out, spine parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Arms reach, breathe in. Hands to heart, exhale. All right, here we go. Breath of movement. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, sway your hips left. Side body stretch. You can make it your own if you want. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Other side, up and over. Inhale, back up, reach. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So you can lift your heels if you want. Arching Tadasana, heels down, cactus your arms, lift your heart, pop up your chest. And perhaps hands come together at your third eye center as you exhale, dive down, forward fold. Very nice, beautiful breath, halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, see if you can keep that exhale going as you lower through Chaturanga. Inhale, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Great big inhale, take your right leg to the sky. As soft as you can, exhale, step your right foot to the top of your space, low lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, arms reach, heart lifts. Exhale, turbo twist, left arm forward, right arm back, back knee bends. Inhale, back to crescent, invitation to straighten your front leg, squeeze your front thigh. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Inhale, standing splits. You can take a hop if you want. Exhale, straight into your little potato bug ball. Big toes touch, tuck and curl. Halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Press into your feet, rise. Inhale, arms reach up, left knee lifts, standing stack. Figure 4, chair plane arms. Reach back, outer left ankle, top of right thigh. Inhale, back to standing staff. Maybe extend left leg forward. Exhale, slow motion, low lunge. Pivot your back heel down once you've landed and inhale, warrior 2, rise. Nice, Kirsten. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, empty all the way out. Inhale, reverse, stay in your legs, reach up, reach back, deep bend in your right knee. Nice, Kate. Exhale, warrior 2. Straighten front leg, parallel your feet, reach your arms to the sky, breathe in. Use your exhale to dive down. Bottom of your exhale, crown to the ground, butt to the sky. Halfway lift, fingertips down, inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward, low lunge. From low lunge, inhale, 3-legged dog, right leg back and up, open your hip. Hold here or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Use your obliques. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, right to right, aim for your armpit, maybe even add a little push-up if it's there. Inhale, back up, this time square hips, long through your right leg. Exhale, rock forward, your variation, plank to Chaturanga. Awesome, Emma. Inhale, heart opens. Beautiful, Liz. Exhale, hips lift. Very nice, my friends. Other side. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, softly step through, low lunge. Rise, crescent lunge, strong legs. Turbo twist towards the windows, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bend. Squeeze your inner thighs. Inhale, crescent, invitation to straighten front leg if you want. Squeeze your front thigh a lot. Exhale, low lunge, hands down. Root into your left foot. Right leg floats high, standing splits. Active through your right toes. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, tuck and curl, all the way to empty in your breath. Awesome, Mikkel. Halfway lift, heels down. Nice long spine. Exhale, bow, fold. All the way up, rise. Arms reach up, right knee floats up, standing staff. Exhale, figure four with chair plane arms. Sit back. Weight in your left heel. Inhale, standing staff. Maybe extend your right leg. And slow motion, low lunge. Once you've landed, back heel pivots down. Warrior two, inhale, rise. Everything stays open. Move into side angle. Exhale, reach forward, empty out. Inhale, reverse, stay in your front leg. Reach up and back. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten front leg, parallel your feet, arms up. Breathe in. And exhale, take your dive all the way down. Work your fold as you empty out. Inhale, lift halfway, fingertips down. Exhale, spider crawl your hands forward, low lunge position. Three-legged down dog. Inhale your left leg back and up, left leg back and up. Open your left hip. Stay here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, three-legged. You guys are amazing. Your hips are square. Exhale, rock forward, plank to chaturanga. Inhale, open your heart. Exhale, takes you back, down dog. Very nice. That's one round. We've got one more. I will add a few things. We will hold a few poses. So just like always, stay present, listen to my cues. Take what works, leave the rest behind. Take one more big inhale into your dog pose. Push the ground away. Exhale, look forward, step or float. Top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow. All the way up, big full body stretch as you inhale. And hands to heart, reconnect to yourself. Exhale. Here we go. Last time. Inhale, high mountain. Side body stretch. Sway your hips left. Exhale. Through center on your in-breath. Other side, up and over. Exhale. Inhale, center, reach. Realign. Chair plane or drinking bird. Bend your knees. Maybe lift to tiptoe. Swing your arms back. Arcing Tadasana, heels down. Practice your arms. Puff up your chest, gaze up. And exhale, maybe hands together at your third eye center as you take your dive all the way down. Fold. Nice, Scotty. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Chaturanga, or you can always skip it. Inhale, peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Try to point your elbow tips back. Exhale, down dog. Good job, my friends. Right leg high, breathe in. Use your strong core to step your right foot through. Exhale. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Strong through your legs. Exhale, turbo twist. Now listen here. Bring your right forearm across your low back behind you. Square your shoulders forward, gaze forward. Keep that bend in your back knee. Reach your left arm up and slightly back. Puff up your chest so you're not leaning back, you're curling open. Yes. See if you can feel more length in your left side, all the way down into the front of your left hip. One more inhale. As you exhale, awesome, Tracy. Exhale, your left hand to the ground. Reach your right arm to the sky, so twisted lunge. We haven't been here yet. If there is a variation you want to work, feel free. You've got about 3 more breaths. You could bring back knee down. You could bring your left elbow to the outside of right knee, prayer hands. Anywhere you want to go, take one last round. And then bottom of your exhale, let it go, unwind. Standing splits back to our flow, left leg to the sky, inhale. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. Tuck and curl, get small. Inhale, halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet, rise all the way up. Arms reach up, left knee lifts. Now listen here, friends. We're moving into eagle pose this time. Left knee on top, left arm on bottom. So pause for a moment in eagle. If it's too much to wrap your arms, give yourself a hug instead. Squeeze your inner thighs. Yes. Sit back, weight primarily in right heel. Squeeze your legs and see if you can lift your elbows up away from your chest just a little bit more. Gaze right through your arms. Take one more round, sit a little deeper. Awesome work. Inhale, standing staff. Unwind. Maybe extend left leg. Exhale, low lunge, soft landing. Pivot back, heel down. Rise up, warrior two, breathe in. Exhale, side angle. Now pause in side angle. You choose, stay in side angle, move into triangle, or move into balancing half moon. So any of those variations, anywhere you want to go. Take about 3 or 4 rounds wherever you are at, wherever you are working. Nice, Callie, hips open, heart open, shoulders open. Your back leg is lifted, make it strong and powerful. Stomp it onto an invisible wall behind you. Nice, Mikkel, awesome, Cam. Take one last round, my friends. And then everybody meet in a warrior two. So if you're balancing, see if you can land softly. Take a moment to settle back in, find your breath. Next time you inhale, reverse warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten front leg, parallel your feet, arms reach up. And exhale, dive down into your wide-legged fold. Crown towards the ground, sit bones towards the sky, navel to spine, Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lift halfway, fingertips down. Exhale, crawl your hands forward, back to low lunge. From low lunge, three-legged dog, take your right leg back and up. Yes, good job, Sandra. Right leg back and up, open your hip. Now listen, my friends, stay here and hold. Or if you want, you can take your knee to elbows. Otherwise, invitation to flip your dog. So right foot comes down behind. Right arm forward, heart forward, lift your hips. And then everybody, no matter where you are working, meet in a regular downward facing dog in your next couple breaths. Walk it out. You can keep walking it out, or inhale, rock forward, high plank, maybe hover right leg if you want. Exhale, chaturanga. Heart lifts, breathe in. Hips lift, breathe out. You're almost there. One more side. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, step through softly. You got this. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise. Yes. Turbo twist, right arm forward, left arm back, back knee bends. Now pause, left forearm across low back, square your shoulders forward, reach your right arm up and back. Pop up your chest, curl open. Feel the length all the way down your right side, even the front of your right hip. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand down. Twisted lunge, left arm to the sky. Hold here for about 3 or 4 breaths. Any way you want to work your twists. Any way you want to work your pose, as long as your breath is there with you. Twist from your center. Good job, everybody. Take one last round. Use your exhale to twist, 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 and then unwind. Standing splits, left foot roots down. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. Your last time. Get super small and compact all the way to empty. Find your center. Halfway lift, stick your butt out, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold. All the way up, rise. Arms reach, right knee lifts. Now remember, eagle pose this time. Right knee on top of left, right elbow underneath left. If it's too much to wrap your arms, grab the backs of your shoulders, just fine. Good, squeeze your legs, sit back. And then see if you can lift your elbows up and away from your chest just a little bit. Breathe into your upper back. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Gaze right through your arms, focused and alert, calm and relaxed, all at the same time. One last round. Amazing job. Inhale, standing staff. Option 2, extend right leg. Low lunge, slowly and intentionally, soft landing if possible. Back heel pivots down, you're almost there. Warrior 2, rise. Exhale, side angle, reach forward, tip it over, and then we will pause. Hold where you're at or explore a triangle or half moon pose. So you do you. It doesn't have to be what you did on the other side. It can be if you want. Hips open, heart open, shoulders open. If your back leg is lifted, it's strong and powerful. If your back leg is extended back, you should be able to look back and see your toes. So try not to reach your leg behind you unless you're taking the bind. Otherwise, it's going straight back, powerful and strong. One last round. Land in a warrior 2 or return to your warrior 2. Find your breath, adjust your legs if needed. Next inhalation, reverse warrior, reach up, reach back. Exhale, warrior 2. Last time, straighten your front leg, parallel your feet, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive down slowly, wide-legged forward fold all the way to emptiness. Inhale, lift halfway, fingertips down. Awesome, Cam. Exhale, walk your hands forward, low lunge position. 3-legged down dog, left leg back and up. Inhale. Open your left hip. Stay here and hold, or take your knee to elbows, or invitation to flip your dog. If you're in the back bend, lift your hips, feel your back muscles engage. See if you can let your heart look at the front wall. Take one more round wherever you are working. Beautiful. And then everybody, regular down dog. Neutralize, walk it out. Keep walking it out a little bit longer if you want, or next inhale, rock forward to high plank, maybe hovering left. Exhale, chaturanga. You're amazing. Lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. We're going straight into our pigeon pose. Right leg to the sky. Right shin forward. Set your shin down softly. Set your body down softly. If you'd rather take this on your back, please feel free. Or if there's any other variation that you want to take, choice is yours. Big, deep breaths. Good, you guys. So use this pose to settle. Use this pose to check in. How does everything feel inside? What is the energy inside of your body? It's always there inside of you. It's just harder to notice. Send your breath down into your right hip. Be here for about 5 more. Every exhalation, something softens and lets go. So it doesn't have to be anything physical. Maybe it's energetic. Maybe it's just your face, your jaw. Take about 2 more breaths. And if you want, open mouth sigh as you exhale. Good, everyone. I'm gonna leave it up to you, however you would like to start a transition back to downward facing dog. So maybe it's a 3-legged dog and you give your right leg a few little shaky shakes. Maybe it's a tabletop first. You take some cat-cows, some hip circles. Maybe you want to move through a vinyasa. Just eventually, regular down dog, walk it out. If you're on your back and you know you want to take pigeon on your back, you're welcome to stay on your back and just take some neutralizing movements in between sides. And then each of you in your own time, find your way into your pigeon on your left side. So with intention, with attention, set yourself up. And then breath by breath, just soften into it, soften around it. Ah. Good. So notice, where do you tend to tighten or resist without even realizing it? Most of us, we have places in our body that we tense up when we're uncomfortable, when we're anxious, when we're worried, and we usually don't even realize we're doing it. So this is time and space for you to really tune in and notice, when I'm uncomfortable, what do I do? How do I react? What happens to my thoughts? Do I distract myself? Do I resist the discomfort, or can I just surrender to it? Do I clench my jaw? Do I get tight through my fingers, make fists with my hands? So just noticing what's already happening, not judging yourself for it, just getting curious about it. This practice, it is not a practice we show up for so that we can tell ourselves how bad our balance is or how unflexible we are. It's a practice we show up for just to connect with what's going on inside. Just to notice with curiosity, compassion, maybe even playfulness, what's happening in our bodies. We walk around our whole lives in our bodies, and so many people are completely tuned out, completely disconnected. So by showing up and being in your body, being with your breath, you're just telling your body, hey, I'm here, I'm listening. What do you have to say? I'm curious. That's how we start to relate with what's inside. So over and over and over again, being with what's already there. When you feel even on both sides, so I'm just gonna let you be the judge. Maybe you wanna give yourself one last huge, big exhale out, but just start a transition back to one final down dog. Maybe you wanna take one final vinyasa as well. And then once you're back in down dog, either walk it out or just feel around. If you'd rather take the child's pose, feel free to lower your knees and give yourself a couple of breaths in child's pose. And then everybody find your way onto your back, however you'd like to transition, and even whichever direction you want to face. Once you're on your back, just gently draw your knees in and take a little rock from side to side. And then eventually come to reclined cobbler's pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees apart. Just resting with your feet together, knees open like a book. And if it bothers your low back, see if you can scoot your feet a little further away from your upper body, and maybe that will help. So your options are, you can either just hang out here, relaxing and breathing. If you want to make this slightly more intense, and if it feels okay on your low back, second option is to bring a block on the lowest setting underneath your sacrum. It will intensify it a little bit. And then final option is to come with me, and we're gonna do something that is a little more challenging and active. Most of you have probably done this with me before. So all you do, just arms out to your sides or down by your sides, palms face the ground. Press your heels especially very firmly together. Exhale all your air out. As you inhale, pick up your butt, lift your butt, squeeze your outer glutes as much as you can, and lift your hips as high as you can. Nice, Kate. Imagine somebody is bringing their hands to the insides of your knees and pushing your knees down, and you are pushing against them. You're lifting your hips higher. So knees down, hips lift, press your heels, squeeze your outer glutes, press into the back of your head, soften your face, lift, 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 squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take one more big breath. And let it go. If you want to very gently, you can let your knees kind of bounce up and down. And we'll do that just one more time. So again, you're welcome to ignore me and just relax. Otherwise, press your heels firmly, press down through your palms, exhale all your air out, and inhale, lift your glutes. This is a really good release for your iliopsoas, the front of your hip flexors. So lift, lift, lift. Imagine someone's pressing your knees towards the ground and you're pressing against them. Lift your hips, squeeze your outer glutes. Yes, so good. See if you can soften your face as you press into the back of your head. Take one more round. Lift, squeeze, and let it go. Good. Slowly and gently bring your knees back to center. Bring your feet out wide and let your knees fall in now. So the opposite, counter pose. This is constructive rest. And give it a moment. Just breathing, just being. Maybe you even bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. And imagine your breath, visualize your breath using your imagination. Imagine it moving all the way down into low back, into your pelvic bowl. Feel the space that's being created there. And if this feels really good and you just want to hang out here for the rest of our practice for your Shavasana, please feel free. If there are any other poses or movements or stretches that you would like to take to complete your practice, now is your time. Give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths. Maybe a happy baby, maybe an inversion, maybe just one last big squeeze of your knees in. And everyone just slowly start to find your way into your final relaxation, into your Shavasana. As you come into Shavasana, you can let your breath become effortless. Just let your body take over, let your body breathe you. As you find your way into your final resting pose, I will read to you. This is just a reading from the Tao Te Ching. It says, can you coax your mind from its wandering and keep to the original oneness? Can you let your body become supple as a newborn child's? Can you cleanse your inner vision until you see nothing but the light? Can you love people and lead them without imposing your own will? Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events take their course? Can you step back from your own mind and thus understand all things? Giving birth and nourishing, having without possessing, acting with no expectations, leading but not trying to control. This is the supreme virtue. Can you coax your mind from its wandering and keep to the original oneness? Can you let your body become supple as a newborn child's? Can you cleanse your inner vision until you see nothing but the light? Can you love people and lead them without imposing your will? Can you deal with the most vital matters by letting events take their course? Can you step back from your own mind and thus understand all things? giving birth and nourishing, having without possessing, acting with no expectations, leading and not trying to control. This is the supreme virtue. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Just gently start to move your body, maybe wiggle fingers, toes, maybe give yourself a little massage, forehead massage, temple massage, jaw massage. And when you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. And give yourself a couple breaths, just resting on your side body in a nurturing way, letting your practice and all the energy from it really settle in, absorb in, seep in. Use your arms to slowly guide yourself up into seated meditation, facing forward towards the front of your mat and towards the front of our space. So as you come to sit, just feel into the length in your spine, soften your face and your shoulders, and gather your hands to your heart center, either prayer position or one palm stacked on top of the other. And we'll close our practice together with one great big Om. So try not to worry how you sound, how your voice sounds, but focus on how your vibration feels as it moves through your body and expresses out your mouth using your voice. So start by just exhaling and clear your throat if you need to. Breathe in your voice. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, letting me guide you. Namaste. Thank you. So good to be back. I had a lot of fun. I really did. But it's also like, I'm like, oh, home feels good. It was a lot. Yes, that's the number one reason that I miss home. I was missing her so much. Oh, I'm missing her so much. Yeah. And she likes it. Like my mom has a dog and they get along well and stuff, but obviously she likes me the most.
Huh. Oh, yeah, you're so sweet. Yeah, you're so sweet. I was missing her so much. I was missing her so much. Yes.
Good to see you, Celeste. You're so welcome. Thanks. Oh, I had that thing in there. Thanks so much for coming.